Well, welcome to the United Matters channel. Delete Matthijs. Is called Matthijs Delete. He's really having what we call a very big international break. And in 2 games, he has been worrying. He has gone ahead to cost Netherlands 2 goals. Though in the first game, they went ahead, obviously, win it by 5-2. And in the game of France, they laid early in the game, but he was the reason as to why they really equalized, and France went ahead, obviously put in a situation that really caused a lot of damage to the side of Netherlands. Me, as a person who supports Netherlands, I would say that maybe Delete was the reason as to why we never went ahead to win. And it really looked bad for his side because we went ahead, obviously, gift that ball in a very uncalled for way. And this is where we obviously get a question that Delete's worrying. How can we term it? It's called Delete's worrying. Delete's worrying form is really worrying Erik ten Hag, because when you look at the situation in which Erik ten Hag is in, you wouldn't like to see it that the man that you believe to be the heart of your defense alongside Lisandro Martinez can come out and really give out balls quick, cheaply like that. So guys, welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share if at all you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun, and continue to subscribe to this channel to see to it that everything really moves on as planned. Now, it's the 11th of September, and we all know to it that Saturday is not far off, and tomorrow we're going to be coming up with a match preview of Manchester United versus the side of Manchester United versus the side of what is it called? It's gonna be Manchester United versus the side called Southampton away at St. Mary's Stadium. You understand? And we all admit that it's really not gonna be an easy game, but we believe that we are gonna be getting in those points. And Erik ten Hag, having gone ahead to start Matthijs Delete against Liverpool, you all have to really understand that there is no reason as to why he doesn't really start him in the game of football where Manchester United is really going to be playing against a small team like Southampton that has just gone ahead, obviously coming through and get promoted into the Premier League. But the biggest worry is in the game of, I think, the first game they played that ended 5-2, he really left the ball fly to the opponent. You understand that very well. The ball flew to the opponent, and he could obviously head it away, but he never really looked behind him. The man went behind him and went ahead, obviously did the needful to score that ball. And for me, I cannot come out and say to it that he really misled the flight of the ball. I cannot be one of those people that can come out, obviously issue in a defense like that to the man himself known as Matthijs Delete. I think it's a weakness that he did, because if you're a defender, you have to first know who is running behind me. You understand? And maybe even the goalkeeper failed to obviously send him a message early enough, because sometimes the miscommunication may lead to that. And the defender also has to take the blame, but even the goalkeeper has to come out and really take the blame, because when you look at how he really went ahead to see to it that he missed out on that ball, then the goalkeeper also has to take a concern, because I'm going to tell him, please Delete, head that ball, because if I really don't head it, we are going to consider someone is really behind you. And in the game of Germany, he found himself really passing that ball to the defender, to the forward of Germany, and it resulted into Germany scoring the first goal into that encounter. So with those results put out, if you're a United fan, you obviously feel a little bit worried about Matthijs Delete. But in the game of football, we anticipate such mistakes, and for me, I'm really looking like to judge him after getting in like 10 games into his tank, ever since he really got from the Euros. Because in the Euros, I never think that he really played anything like 10 minutes in the Euros. I remember that very well. He returned to Bayern Munich and never played a preseason game. And he played some minutes when you're playing against Fulham. I think he played like 10 minutes. Then in the game of Brighton, he played like 10-15. The game of Liverpool, he played, I think, 80 minutes. So I think he has gone ahead to get in some I think some 90 plus minutes when he's featuring for the international team of Netherlands, and we all anticipate that he's really gonna do the needful. And we as Manchester United, these mistakes that he has gonna hate to do at the international break might be acting like a blessing in disguise, that he was sharpening himself, and maybe he's really gonna come in through and really look like one of those people that have gonna hit obviously put in the best shifts altogether. And you saw him in the game of Liverpool. He really looked solid and really looked sharp into whatever he really touched. Whatever he touched turned into two big goals as Matthijs de Ligt. So I believe amidst those two mistakes, he has gonna hit to put in a very huge shift in those games. And this is the summary of what he put out in the 135 minutes that he played into that game. Remember, the first game he played 90 minutes, and the second game he played 45 minutes. De Ligt, he won 7 duels, 11 passes into the final third. Have you heard? 11 passes into the final third. As I told you that Matthijs de Ligt is Alessandro Martinez, who is really right-footed, because he will obviously find those line-breaking passes. We are having two defenders who can initiate play and see to it that they even get those passes right. Then 8 recoveries, 1 interception, 2 clearances, 2 blocks, and 1 tackle. Now, amidst all what he put out, that really went ahead to see to it that it features into the worst of him into those 2 games that resulted into him conceding those goals. He has gone ahead to put in a very huge shift into the mix as a player, and his performances were really elite as a player. And the Dutch national manager has come out and said the following: of course, I would rather have kept Matthijs de Ligt on the pitch. It just looks like he's now in a period where all his mistakes are being punished. I gave him a new chance today, but eventually protected him by taking him off. So that shows you that the manager really believes in him, and coming to play for Manchester United obviously sets you into any team if at all you really feature for Manchester United. And I believe that before we go for another international break, I think from the 6th to the 19th or to the 18th, this man is really going to enjoy a lot of playing time at Manchester United, and he's really going to send a message to Coleman that I want to be the starting 11 for your national team, and nothing is really going to stop him, because I know he's really going to put in better performances. I believe the performance that he put up when you're playing against a team called Liverpool, and him a start into that Dutch national team. Let's all believe, because he put in some solid performances, and the manager was like, yeah, if I partner him with Virgil van Dijk, they can obviously form a very good partnership. And what he has to do is to minimize those mistakes, because if you're gonna hate to make 2 mistakes in 2 consecutive games, it raises huge concern onto your fitness and awareness into the game. And that's why you saw to it that people were bashing him left, right, and center. And for me, I'm like, he is not mistake prone, you get? And all we have to do to it that he's human, and we just have to give him a benefit of doubt that he can do better as a player for the club of Manchester United. And so for me, I'm really eager to see how he's really going to feature in the game of Southampton, because I believe he's really going to be doing the needful. And Virgil van Dijk came out and said the following about the performance of Matthijs de Ligt. On his mistake against Germany, he said, this is football, you have to learn from this. It was one moment, but at the highest level, you'll get punished for it. So, I think Matthijs de Ligt is really gonna return to Manchester United, which has already going to arrive. And I believe the person to get into his head is Erik ten Hag. He's really gonna be telling him, you don't have to do those reckless passes. And you look at how Casemiro went ahead to obviously do them, and they costed us at a level. And at the Dutch national team, twice he has costed them 2 goals, meaning that he needs to up his game, and Erik ten Hag has to really build his confidence back. Maybe his confidence is not yet back, he's not yet much fit, but we all know to it that he's this rare guy who does things like that. And anticipating the game of Southampton, he's really going to be getting into the mix, and all the media is going to be at him, I tell you, because he has costed them 2 goals. That is the Dutch national team. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the de Ligt's worrying form. and Erik Ten Hag is a worried man, do you think the club of Manchester United should proceed to get in the Ligt or Harry Maguire? Because for Harry Maguire, he played some minutes in the game of England and he looked good. So tell me your thoughts about that. And may the living to God bless you abundantly. For the Muslims, may the living to Allah bless you abundantly. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye-bye. And we are going to proceed from here in the next coming 1 or 2 hours. Bye-bye.